Today is Tuesday.
No! Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Yuck!
Yeah.
Yuck!
Today is Tuesday.
No! Oh, yeah!
Hello, I'm Dave Hewett and welcome to the all-new Intensive Interaction DVD. We hope that if you're new to Intensive Interaction, this production will really help you to understand why we do Intensive Interaction and quite a bit as well about how to do it. If you're not so new and you've perhaps previously encountered Intensive Interaction, we visualise that this disc will be useful to perhaps a group of practitioners sat around a laptop or a TV working through the scenes and discussing communication and intensive interaction issues. We have many lovely videos in this production, none of them professionally shot, none of them have been shot by a professional videographer with professional equipment. All of them have been shot by practitioners or parents with camcorders, so they're kind of for real, they're the real thing. But we're pretty sure that the quality of the videos, whilst not always, as we say, professional, nonetheless won't interfere with their message nor with the enjoyment of watching them. We think what we've got in mind radiates out of the visuals here. So I think the starting point is to have a bit of a look at why do we do intensive interaction? Why is it so important? Why is it so vital for some people? And that means taking a look at what we call the fundamentals of communication. For some people, the starting point for learning about communicating and relating will still be the most basic confidence and knowledge about how to enjoy being another person. The gentle, sensitive principles of intensive interaction work in these areas first. And they also help with understandings and confidence about sharing personal space. This can be such an important issue for some people with autism. Gradually, activities develop and the person gains increasing ability to focus and concentrate, to share a sense of enjoyable joint focus with another person.
Yes!
Turn taking turns in exchanges of behaviour, is one of the most critical communication concepts. Intensive interaction activities practice or rehearse this vital facility. And relating through physical contact, this is normal for people who are early learners. But many of the people we're thinking about here still need to develop and understand more about this fundamental aspect of communicating and relating. It's clear, isn't it? Intensive interaction activities, they operate at many levels of intensity and arousal, which gives real life practice and rehearsal about how to go to these higher levels of arousal but still regulate and control that arousal. Within the activities there will usually be a natural progression to the development of face-to-face interaction, using and understanding eye contact, using and understanding facial expressions, enjoying being face to face with another person. This ability to read each other's faces and eyes, this is the deepest and most complicated aspect of human communication. Most of us learn it so naturally and so thoroughly as babies, we are not consciously aware of our face-to-face skills. It's increasingly understood that for people with autism, these difficulties with face-to-face connection and using understanding other non-verbal communications, these are central to the impairment, are central to what is known as difficulties with social communication. Intensive interaction works practically and in a very natural, naturalistic way on these attainments. It helps people to learn and develop a sense of psychological and emotional connection with others. Also, an aim of the activities is that the person will develop more vocalisations, become more vocally outgoing, learn to do vocal turn-taking, which practices conversation. For some, this will progress to the development of speech and speech exchange.
Hello.
I do think so.
Or some people who already have developed some speech may nonetheless benefit from more practice with other fundamentals of communication. So, let's take a look at all of that in one on-screen list. Though there is more, as I will explain in a moment, these are the main areas of aim and outcome with intensive interaction. One of the realizations we can have about why intensive interaction is so important is that for all of us, all people, the fundamentals of communication, this is the most critical learning you do in your life. In usual development for all of us, it is the major aspect of the first learning, and it is therefore foundational and underpinning to all subsequent learning. And then we have this list as well. We call it the fundamentals of communication 2. In usual development, these emotional and psychological outcomes go hand in hand with the communication ones. And surely these are also critical outcomes for the people we are concerned about.